Okay, so what you're going to need is acrylic bonding powder. I'm using the ASP brand from Sally's. So I also have their acrylic bonding liquid, which you're going to need. You're going to need a dehydrator. That's also from ASP in my video. Like I said, you can get that at Sally Beauty Supply. Any brush that looks like this is just a makeup brush. It's not a nail brush, but anything you can find with a shape like this will work. And then go ahead and grab a buffer and a nail file that you'll need, a little container to hold the acrylic bonding liquid, and then of course whatever nail polish that you guys wanted to use, and some cotton pads with your nail polish remover if you have nail polish on already that you need to remove, and then we have some acrylic clippers if you want to shorten your nails. So first we are going to start off by removing our nail polish. This is if you're doing a fill. If you're not doing a fill, then you can go ahead and just wait until we get to the part where we're going to be using the acrylic. But if you're doing a fill, you already have nail polish on and you're going to need to remove it. So next, we're going to push back our cuticles and clip them. So I know when my nails grow out, my cuticles always end up pushing forward. And before you do a fill, you really want to get rid of those because you don't want to put your acrylic on top because then your nails will start to lift. So go ahead and clip off any excess cuticles. I'm literally just using nail clippers to do this. It's not a very big deal, so go ahead and you can just see what I'm doing. I'm just using the little file to push my cuticles back and then I'm just gently clipping them off. So now they look like this, and we are going to go ahead and file them to whatever shape that you desire for now. And for my fill, I'm going to go for a rounded oval shape. Now go ahead and take your dehydrator and put this on any part of the nail that does not have acrylic on it. So if you're doing a fill, put it on the area near your cuticle. If you are starting from scratch, put it on your entire nail. Anywhere that is your real nail, you want to put the dehydrator on, and feel free to do 2 coats of this. It is important. So now we're going to pour the acrylic bonding liquid into our little container so that we don't contaminate the bottle. So go ahead and place that on a paper towel so that we can avoid any messes because this liquid is nasty. You do not want it to get on any surface. And we are also going to go ahead and whip out our acrylic powder. And I'm using clear powder, by the way. So go ahead and dip your brush into the liquid, let it get all soft and used to the liquid. And now we're going to start the fill. So I dip it in the liquid, brush it off a few times. You're going to lightly dip it into the acrylic powder, let it sit for maybe 2 seconds, just enough for me to show you, and you're going to go ahead and pat it right back into the area that needs to fill. The first thing I do is get it off of my brush, and then I start pushing it back into my cuticles where it needs to go. So I'm going to show you guys myself doing 2 nails, and then I'm just going to fast forward through it. So, because it gets really repetitive. So, like I said, you're going to pick up your acrylic. I'll show you again on the next nail, but I'm just smoothing out this nail. So there you see what it looks like. So you're going to dip it in the liquid, give it 2 quick taps to get rid of excess liquid, dip it into the powder real lightly, let it sit for about 2 seconds, and then go ahead and get all of it off onto your base of your nail, and then go ahead and mold it around to fill in the gap where you're in need of a fill. And then I like to just smooth it out, make sure there's nothing on my skin. And always remember, you see me wiping it on the paper towel, that's to get any old acrylic off the brush, because if you leave it on there, it will get hard and it'll ruin your brush. So now I'm just showing you in the sped up motion, doing a few more of my nails, just to give you guys a little bit of a reference in case that wasn't enough for you guys. You can sit here and you can watch this video a few times if you need, you think you need a little bit more help. So I have been doing this for a long time, and now you're going to buff out your nails. So I'm just using another buffer from Sally's. You just really want to smoothen the top of your nails so that when you put your nail polish on, you don't see any bumps or anything like that. So go ahead and buff out the top of your nails. This is really easy, and then you're ready to start painting. So I decided to do a white nail polish today. So I'm going to show you myself painting a few of my nails. And sometimes when you're painting, you'll notice that you need to go back and buff out, and if that's the case, go ahead and take the nail polish off that nail, buff it out some more, and then start again. It's all about trial and error. It's not very easy, but a lot of practice, you'll get a lot better at this over time, and you'll realize that it saves you a lot of money and that it is totally worth it. So I went in with 2 coats of white nail polish, and then I did put a top coat over it, but I did not show that because that's pretty boring. I think we all know how to paint our nails. So I am just finishing up the part of the clip that I'm going to be showing you painting my nails. And here is the finished product. They are not perfect, but they are pretty decent. I've gotten a lot better over the past couple months. I will leave the other video I did, my first time doing acrylic nails, in the bottom bar below. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Feel free to ask any questions, and thanks for watching.